Choosing your kitchen splashback can be a major headache when you've already got a million other kitchen decisions to make. I always think that splashbacks are particularly difficult to choose because they're such a permanent fixture in your kitchen. They can really make or break the entire aesthetic. And also they require real skill to fit, which makes them difficult and expensive to replace if you do make the wrong choice. Actually, I've got a smart installation tip later in this video that's going to help you get the install right. But yeah, I really want to help you get your kitchen splashback just right in this video, and some of these ideas that I'm about to show you are ones that I've spent years in my professional work trying to source. Any of these 7 options will make your kitchen look more expensive but don't cost the earth to install. And I've included low maintenance, fire resistant choices as well, so you can install them behind a hob and not worry about heat or spaghetti bolognese splashes damaging them later. Hey guys, I'm Fee, I'm an interior designer, and if you're new here, I post videos showing you how to renovate your dream home confidently and affordably. We'll talk about the mistakes to avoid, how to save money in your renovation, and all the nitty-gritty details that will make your design perfect. So click the like and subscribe button if you're doing a renovation and you'd like some support. Oh, and also a heads up for you that this video is not sponsored by any suppliers that I'm recommending to you. These are genuinely the brands that I turn to again and again in my client work. You're getting access to my little black book of suppliers here because I want to make your renovation decisions so much easier. Right, let's start with the tile that I'm currently considering for a kitchen project at the moment because I am absolutely obsessed with it. It's the seashell tea tile from European Heritage. It's a handmade Zellige style tile with gorgeous irregular edges and slight variations in tone, which is just going to take your kitchen design from feeling quite flat and basic to feeling more layered, professionally designed with a sense of dimension. Irregular tiles like these work really well in any kitchen style, but especially traditional, shaker or a modern slab cabinet door. Generally, when cabinet doors are smooth with minimal detail, I like to bring in an irregular tile like this one to give a subtle contrast. I love this tea colour, but if you're not sure about it, there are so many other options, like the darker tones will work beautifully with navy, charcoal or deep green cabinetry. The lighter colours like snow and bone will suit pale kitchens really well. But yeah, my personal favourite from this range is the tea tile because I think the colour just brings a sense of calm to the kitchen without shouting for attention. It's also more forgiving on food splashes than white, so no constant cleaning. And a quick mention about how you lay Zellige tiles because you can get really creative with these. I like a mix of vertical stack and horizontal stack to bring a really bespoke feel. But the important thing to always consider before you order any tiles is that those tile measurements work well for you. You want the scale to be the right size for your space and the joins to line up evenly. So double check those tile sizes before you order. Now, one other thing to point out about irregular Zellige tiles like these is if you're planning under cabinet lighting, keep an eye on how gloss finishes will behave when it's illuminated by that light, because it can be very reflective, showing up all of those uneven edges. For tiles like these ones, irregularity is just a part of the charm, but if the unevenness bothers you, go for something matte like the Fellini Oliver matte from Claybrook. A matte finish instantly softens glare on any edges and knocks back the irregularity, bringing such a calm look. In fact, no matter which tile you're choosing, if you are having under cabinet lighting, your tiles need to be installed evenly and straight, so invest in an experienced and meticulous tiler, otherwise the light's going to show all the irregularities. Okay, next is one to consider if you want a clean and understated modern look. It's the white nori stick tile. These are brilliant if you prefer to bring colour through paintwork or artwork rather than your fixed finishes. If I'm working with a client who gets easily bored of colour, it's a lot more affordable to switch up paintwork over the years rather than drill out tiles and prepare the wall and then cut and grout a whole new range. These are Kit Kat tiles. They're common to come by in lots of different tile stores, and they're slim, elegant and super modern, and because they don't draw attention to themselves, it makes them ideal if your kitchen already has a statement, like a statement island, a bold worktop or colour elsewhere. They kind of act more like a protective skin for your walls, bringing a subtle decorative texture, which I actually really love in busy kitchens. So yeah, if you need tiles that sit quietly in the background, letting everything else shine, these are a really good choice for you. Now, if tiles are completely not your vibe and you want something softer, tongue and groove panelling is a lovely option. Let me talk you through how we used it for our client Naomi. We went for quartz worktops, a full quartz upstand behind the cooker, and then short upstands everywhere else for waterproofing the joins. But rather than just paint above the upstands and have a bare wall, we applied wide tongue and groove panelling to bring visual interest to the walls. You might be thinking, yeah, it looks great, but is it actually practical? And as long as it's not fitted behind a cooker or in direct contact with water, and as long as it's primed and painted properly, it's absolutely fine as a splashback for your kitchen walls. We usually recommend durable and scrubbable paints like the Tikkurila Helmi 10, the Benjamin Moore Scuff X, which is the best of the best in my opinion, or Dulux Trade Diamond Eggshell if you're on a tighter budget. All cleanable, scrubbable and really easy to wipe down in the kitchen. But yeah, this tongue and groove panelling adds such a lovely modern cottage kind of feel, keeping things warm and textural without detracting from your overall kitchen design. Next one, so this is a great choice if your kitchen is quite contemporary, you've got some slab doors, or you're going for a handleless or very simple handles, and you might want to bring in a hint of pattern or colour to make your splashback a key feature of your design. But bear with me because these can be quite tricky to get right. You've got to buy quite a few tile samples from all different suppliers to get the right colour, scale and complexity for your kitchen, otherwise it can look too busy or really off. But terrazzo tiles are a great option to bring instant personality. I tend to look at claybrick terrazzo tiles because they just know how to get the print and colour options just right. A tile range like their cornucopia offer plenty of negative space behind the flex to allow the pattern breathing room and not overwhelm your whole kitchen design. The trick with getting terrazzo right is to avoid pattern clashes. So if you're going terrazzo on your splashback, keep your worktops plain with something like white quartz, a black quartz, or a solid surface that's uniform in colour. Because pattern on pattern creates a pretty chaotic look, it's quite difficult to get right, and it can also date quite fast. But when terrazzo tiles are applied well, it adds such a great sense of movement and texture in minimalist kitchens. And if design doesn't come easily to you, it can be a huge rush with a lot of doubt, plus the possibility of spending thousands on suppliers that don't stand the test of time and don't look cohesive. And that's why I made the Kitchen Design Pack, a completely done-for-you design plan to achieve your dream kitchen with vetted suppliers, colours, worktops, tiles, cabinets, lights, everything. I've prepared it all for you, and I've left a link below this video to take a look. This next one is a bit of a secret weapon that I pull out if I know clients want a high modern, grand designs kind of look on a surprisingly affordable budget. It's the Viking Laminate Splashback by a company called Bushboard, who offer sleek, modern and incredibly practical seam-free solutions. These splashbacks are fire resistant, so you don't need a metal protector or a piece of glass sheet behind your cooker, which means that your splashback is going to remain a continuous surface rather than a mishmash of materials breaking up the visual flow. They come in so many colours and textures, but in my opinion it's the Wood Effect Viking Oak or the Laurent Marble that are the standout choices, especially if you're after that high-end architectural modern look. By the way guys, hit the like and subscribe button if you're enjoying my design secrets and want to receive more. This next tile is the Nomad Earth tile and I absolutely adore it, especially for kitchen designs that will benefit from an earthy, nature-inspired or terracotta option to bring that variation and warmth. It has a subtle matte finish, but it isn't absorbent like traditional terracotta, so you'll easily be able to wipe it down. You might like the layout that's pictured here, which is just a standard brick bond, but I would heavily consider brick bond vertical for a more modern kitchen, or diagonal to instantly create a country aesthetic. Okay, this next one I've always seen in interior magazines, but was never truly sold on it because it's just not practical. It would be such a nightmare for fingerprints and would tarnish really easily with heat and steam. But an alternative that we often recommend that still creates a kind of brass look and is much easier to maintain is a mirrored splashback from a company called Rough Old Glass. Okay, they aren't the easiest to maintain either, you'll still be wiping them down free of smears and splashes, and you have to be naturally clean and tidy or mess will end up being reflected back at you. But the distressed antique look looks great and it stays the same over time. And if you order it bespoke to the size that you need in a bronze tinted finish, it'll bring a similar brass focal point to your kitchen, but a little easier to maintain. Before I give you that important splashback installation tip that I promised at the start of the video, I wanted to share the most popular splashback that I'm specifying on projects currently. I deliberately left this one till last because it isn't the most affordable, but it does look incredible and adds instant value to your property. You might have guessed it already, but it's continuing your worktop vertically as an extended upstand. So if you're going for something like quartz or solid surface worktops, this is a great way to achieve a seamless design. There's all sorts of ways to make this design your own as well, like factoring in a floating shelf made from the same material, installing brackets for more visual detail and support, or channeling in LED strip lights for a soft glow as you're doing the dishes. Now your worktop will likely be around 20mm or 30mm thick, but often you can tell your supplier that you need a thinner 12mm profile for all vertical areas so that it sits really close to your walls. And by the way, I have an entire video demystifying worktops if you aren't sure which material or style to choose. Right, I mentioned at the start of this video that I'd share a really important installation tip to make sure your splashback is fitted well, is going to look good in 10-15 years time as well, and it's all about your trim and edging. So if you're opting for tile, please consider your tile trim. Don't select a plastic trim that will easily melt or warp around hobs because it will look awful in 3 months' time. Make sure it's a metal material or a mitered edge on any tile corners, like around a kitchen windowsill. Also, really carefully consider the colour of any trims that you're having installed. Chrome or brass tile trim can age so quickly and look way too bathroomy and fussy. They draw attention to the tile edges and unlevel walls if you have them, rather than the tiles themselves. So instead, try to get tile trims that are as close to your tile colour as possible, so it blends in rather than stands out. Genesis have a great range of colours and different trim thickness and profiles, so that's a great supplier to look at alongside your tile choice. So those are the 7 kitchen backsplashes I'm recommending at the moment. Remember, if you need help with your budgeting, layouts, colour schemes, design plans, hiring contractors, everything, then take a look at my online courses in renovations and interior design, or pick up a design pack for your full kitchen design done for you. I've popped links below this video. And if you'd like me to share more suppliers to ease any of your interior design decisions, let me know in the comments, I'd love to know. And please do give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this. It really helps Neil and I out. Oh, and if you're looking for flooring, watch this video next. Bye guys!